Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we return to talking about Twitch, that streaming platform usually for video gamers and other kinds of people, but typically nowadays we keep hearing about the girls streaming on there in Let's Chat. They just sit in front of their cameras saying blah 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 blah, reading a few questions and sometimes playing games, but most of the time they're just like watching videos and responding to random stuff. Sometimes they dance around and sing or something else silly. I mean, it's a very inane, very simple platform for people who can't make videos and do other creative things. They want to just sit in front of a camera, do blah 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 blah, not say anything really important, and then on top of that, lately they've been begging for donations and doing lots of other very shady things. We've covered a few Twitch streamers over the years. Previously, it was last week, and we talked about that Bad Bunny chick who always likes to hate on her viewers and tell them they're terrible. She begs them for money, says they owe her money, says that, she's more valuable than them. Lots of very entitled behavior. These girls are very entitled. They expect the world from their viewers, and they want it to be done easily and quickly too. Other kinds of controversies have been other Twitch streamers who have accidentally showed parts of their body that they shouldn't. They've said things bad. They've done stuff like thrown their cats around, done lots of dramatic stuff, but I think today's case really might top them all. Today we've got a new subject, a new person we're featuring on the show, and they come from Twitch, and they're actually someone Twitch hired for their company. They're working at Twitch now, and they're also streaming on Twitch, and a lot of people have been starting to share the clips because she is a bit of a, she's crazy. She's crazy. This girl's nuts. For example, she thinks she's a deer. This is not a joke. She thinks she's an animal, and she goes out and eats grass, apparently. It's very crazy, and she has some other really out there beliefs and thoughts. For example, she calls white people white supremacists for no reason. She just is like very biased like that. She's a very left-wing internet person who identifies with this kind of alphabet culture, this woke SJW stuff, and that goes back to the deer thing. They think you could be any gender, and then now we're moving past that. You could be anything. You could be a helicopter, you could be an alien, you could be a TV, a monitor, a race car, and now we've got a girl who thinks she's a deer. I mean, it's not that big of a jump when you think about everything we've gone through, but still, regardless, it is a little insane and a little troubling. But we're going to go over that today. We're going to watch some clips and just talk about this new person that Twitch hired, because typically if you hired someone like this, if you saw someone like this, you wouldn't hire them. This is the kind of behavior that would get people not hired in the previous lifetimes all throughout history. I mean, you have to have a base level of sanity and coherentness to kind of get any kind of job, but not these days, not with Twitch. Twitch loves the women's, and they also love promoting leftist garbage and SJW ideology. So let's go ahead and check out one of the clips. This is from M101 News. It says, this streamer legitimately believes to be a deer and even performs a ritual to be more in tune with their deer spirit. Well, this should be good, huh? Let's go ahead and check it out.
So in my spare time, I go out to my yard. In my spare time, I go out to my yard and I prance around. And I eat grass, and I just watch it because it helps me feel like in tune with my dear self.
It makes you feel into your dear self. I gotta say, I'm cringing already. I'm wondering if this is like satire. Like, apparently people are still thinking this is almost legitimate. It's definitely signs of someone with some issues, someone with something going on. I mean, we could see the signs of the SJW right away. We got the dyed hair, we've got the kind of horns, the deer shirt, pale white person with glasses. I mean, that's the typical SJW fashion right there, especially with the dyed hair. And then to go trans species, I mean, that's a whole new level for sure. But it does go along with different alphabet stuff. Unfortunately, I mean, I think a lot of alphabets like gay, trans, bisexual, whichever, they would probably stay away from this because it's kind of sucks that they get associated with these people who start to be not just trans but trans species. Like, transgender is one thing, but trans species goes the next step. But there is a connection. We are talking about people kind of having this different thought in their head, believing there's something else, and that's why we keep going further and further down this rabbit hole, or perhaps in this case down this deer den or something. I don't know.
So I do my best. I do my best to be
Okay, that was their best impression of them being a deer eating grass, doing something kind of crazy, kind of silly, but also just interesting. I mean, there's already people in the chat saying look up a therapist, mental illness. And yeah, I don't think this is the kind of thing that Twitch should be encouraging. That's what they're doing when they hire someone like this. They're giving them approval, they're giving them credence, and putting them in charge of parts of their platform. I mean, do you want this person running a website that you're privy to, the one that you're working on, one you might be making an income from? A lot of people make their jobs on Twitch these days, streaming games, just chats, stuff like that. And now we know that this person is in charge some way. I wonder what they're actually doing, but yeah, this whole deer thing is pretty disturbing and pretty messed up. And it's only getting started, too. Like I said, there's other concerning things that this person has said. Here's another Twitch or quote from their Twitch, and it has them. This is the one I was talking about where they call everyone a white supremacist. That's a fact, too. And this comes from the same stream, the same person, just straight up calling people white supremacists willy-nilly, a very classic liberal move. And it's just still hard to watch, though.
Oh, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists. Sorry, just a fact of how I feel.
You can't, just a fact of how you feel. I guess that's a fact if you feel that way, but you're kind of having a loose definition of fact, just like they have loose definitions of many things. Like, for example, this white supremacy thing. I don't think this person even knows what that means. I think that's just a term these liberals throw around, like many others. They call people racist, sexist. They call you a 1940s German, things like that. And WS, this white supremacy thing, is just another one of them. They don't understand it. They're not using it the right way. They're just saying basically it's anti-white. That's what it is. That's what they say. They call you white supremacists. They're trying to pretend you've done something wrong, like you're a racist, you're in a bad group who hates other races, but you're not. You're just a white person doing something. You're just existing, and they don't like certain people. They don't like white people, so they call you white supremacist, and they want to vilify you. That way they can easily kind of push you aside or talk trash about you or ban you. I'm sure this is a person who wanted to ban someone like that on Twitch, and it's just bad logic, misuse of terms, and it shows how the low quality, low intelligence people that are on the left, they can't use words properly, they can't form coherent sentences, and they can't even raise their kids right. We've got a person who thinks they're a deer calling us white supremacists, and it's like, oh, we're the ones with the problem? I think you need to get your head checked, buddy. Next, we got another quote. It says right here, this video has 1.7 million views. It must be something good. The tweet says, this is a member of the Twitch Trust and Safety Council having a deergasm on stream. Okay, that is weird, but we got to watch that. I think she's just kind of like going on a deer thing, like just deering out. Look at that sense of joy. And who's this other person?
Thank you.
This is just really creepy to me. I am seriously, legitimately creeped out. These people look just disturbing. I mean, what is with these glasses and this? They're so pale. Their hair is all bright. They've got these weird tattoos, and they're doing like a deer thing. Like, this is insane. This is creepy. This is unsettling. I mean, I'm sorry I had to show you guys some just so you get a taste of it, but this is what's going on Twitch. This is the Twitch world right now, and this is a Twitch person who's on the Trust and Safety Council. I don't trust them, that's for sure. I wouldn't trust someone like this any day. But we've seen time and time again that Twitch is just a very, very bad website. It's got potential. It does good streaming. Lots of people game on there. It can be fun. I love video games as much as the next guy. But until this thing gets run by some decent people and they stop hiring these kinds of really radical people, it's just gonna be terrible. I mean, this is not the kind of person you want in charge over there. And we could tell by the comments here, we've got a few good comments. Let's see some people's responses. It says, what a box of Kellogg's Fruit Loops. Did you vet this person at all, Twitch? Does Twitch think all gamers are white supremacists? Yeah, that's another thing that's troubling. We didn't even get to the kind of generalization there. I talked about how they use that term improperly and they can't even define it if they tried. But this problem is, oh, all people are this pro-white thing? It's like, no, not all gamers are white supremacists. Are you crazy? And then Dedigent has a pretty good response, actually. He says, do you think you accidentally find people this crazy? No, this is what they want from their staff. This is definitely possible. I mean, this is kind of thing. This person likely had some kind of interview, some kind of application, resume. She applied for this job and everything. And they still went through with it. They knew. They saw her streams, I'm sure. They checked her profile. They checked everything out. And they're still out there. And now the clips are coming through and we're still seeing them there. I mean, it's very questionable. And it goes to show how bad that site is and the kind of people they're looking for there. This one says, that ain't no woman, it's a man, baby. I had definitely suspected that as well. Could someone tell him that I think he's a white supremacist? I'd appreciate that. That's a fact. That's how I feel. He's just oozing with white privilege. His whiteness makes me cringe. Yeah, what I don't get is, how come all gamers are white supremacists and all of these white people are racist, but not the liberals, like not the alphabet people? Like, I don't get why they get a free pass. How come we're the only ones that can be offensive? I mean, this seems really offensive to me. This seems really disturbing and upsetting to me. And especially when you accuse a group of being that much, I mean, that wide of a scope, that's offensive. Like, if I said that about another group, like if I said something about all brown people are this or all African Americans are that would definitely not fly. But for some reason, gamers and white people can just kind of get made fun of all the time. That about wraps things up. Thanks for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys got some entertainment out of it and you didn't cringe as hard as I did. Make sure you comment your thoughts and everything below. What do you think about Twitch? What do you think about their new hire here? And what do you think about this deer sort of fetish? It's very interesting, very upsetting, but I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. Comment those below. Also leave a like if you enjoyed this video. That helps us out a great bit. And until next time, you guys have a great day.